It's written during Revelation that the elect of God, the elect of himself, will become king, then hide his face from a wicked generation until the Russian army enters the mountains of Israel in Ethiopia with the intent to plunder by taking away silver and gold. He also said he's going to create Christ, the angel of the Lord, and give him many names, including Joseph and David. And then the angel of the Lord is going to lay with the daughters of man and have a son of man by the name of Yeshua, also known as Joshua, also known as Jesus. Hence, Jesus is the begotten son, or the son of the son, or the grandson of God. So let's read. Now, Israel loved Joseph more than all his children. Israel is just another name for David. In the city of Jehovah, our armies, in the city of our God, God himself will firmly establish it to time indefinite. Remember, to time indefinite. For this God, our God, to time indefinite, even forever, he himself. The divine one, God, Jehovah. Who's God? Saint John, the divine one. Haile Selassie was born in the year of John. He was also called by the name of John Smith. And he's out of Zion. So let's watch.
He became emperor on November 2nd, 1930, and was crowned Haile Selassie I, King of Kings, King of Zion.
So the King of Zion, who's the root of David. So let's read. I have found David my servant. With my holy oil I have anointed him. So you notice it's I and him. With my own hand will be firm. With whom my own hand will be firm. So both father and son. He's talking about himself and his son that he anointed. He himself calls out to me, you are my father, my God, and the rock of my salvation. And I myself shall place him as firstborn. Notice God is firstborn. Haile Selassie the first. To time indefinite I should be served my loving kindness towards him. So what does he have till time indefinite? I have sworn to David my servant, even to time indefinite I shall firmly establish your seed, and I will build your throne to generation after generation. Selah. So of course it has to be God himself. For God named one of God's many names is David. So let's read what Jesus said in Mark 12:19. Remember, one of Moses' name by definition is the son. Master Moses. So notice, Moses is referred to as the master by Jesus. Why? Because a master doesn't necessarily mean you're a slave master. A master is someone that mastered the word. So let's see what Jesus said. He is not the God of the dead, but the God of the living. So you therefore do greatly err. For he's the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob. You got people out here telling you to pray to your ancestors. So he doesn't worship the dead. So he said he is not the God of the dead, but the God of the living. For God is forever living. He's everlasting through generations after generations. So let's see what Jesus said. And Jesus answered and said, while he taught in the temple, how say the scribes that Christ is the son of David? For David himself said by the Holy Ghost, the Lord said to my Lord. So David, who is Jesus' Lord, talked to his Lord, sit thou at my right hand till I make thy enemies thy footstool. So in other words, David sits at the right hand of the Father. And David also goes by the name of Joseph. And the chief seats in the synagogues and the uttermost rooms at feasts, which devour widows' houses. Remember, so Jesus had to been here in a time when synagogues were made. So what are the 8 oldest synagogues in the world? Let's just go to number 1. All right, number 3. 2, 1. So the oldest synagogue in the world was built in 882 in Cairo, Egypt. So Jesus had to have been here in a time after the synagogues were built. So the Ben Ezra synagogue is the oldest synagogue in the world and also the longest servant. So you notice in Mark 12, Jesus is in a time when they have synagogues. And the chief seats in the synagogues. So he wasn't here 2,000 years ago. So let's look up on Joseph. Joseph, a devout son of David. Remember, his father, God name is David. One of God's many names is David. And Joseph is literally his son. So you see what it says? Joseph sold by his brothers. So that's why Haile Selassie is a conquering line of the seeds of Judah, because Judaism has been lying. They're telling you that Joseph's son is Christ, and they're also telling you that Joseph's son coming out of Judah, when in fact Joseph has his own tribe, because he's the son of Abraham, he's the son of David, he's the son of Jacob. So he has his own tribe, therefore Jesus comes out of the tribe of Joseph. So what did it say about Joseph? He went to the Pilate and asked for the body of Jesus. So they just made up stories. So Joseph took the body and wrapped it in a clean cloth and had his own new tomb. Joseph, however, a possible location for his burial is in Nazareth. Joseph probably was buried in Galilee. You understand? He was never here to be buried. He's supposed to be here now. No one was here 2,000 years ago. Because there's no archaeology proof of where Joseph was buried. The tomb located in the city of Nabas is more properly, right? So just a whole bunch of different stories of where Joseph is. The bones of Joseph is somewhere in Egypt, brought up out of Egypt, whatever, a bunch of just made up stories, because these people going out their way to change facts.
Was connected to Christianity, and that's because obviously Christianity has an astrological connection also.
Not Christianity, Catholicism. You keep mixing up Rome. Ethiopia originated Christianity, and Rome just copied it and rebranded it.
It was the age of the two fishes, which is Pisces. So we always have the fish symbol. And this is why the Pope's headdress and the Pope's mitre is a fish head. It represents a god. So when you see the Pope,
notice Ethiopia has the oldest, most complete Bible on earth, but everybody keeps referring to Rome as if Rome originated Christianity. No, hello.
He is not representing Jesus. He's not representing anything holy. He's representing the old Roman established religion. The very universal religion of ancient Rome was the worship of the god Dagon. Look it up in the dictionary. D-A-G-O-N.
So people are going to the pagans to ask them about godly stuff. Hello.
Exodus 24, verse 9. Then went up Moses, and Aaron, Nadab, and Abihu, and 70 of the elders of Israel, and they saw the God of Israel, and there was under his feet as it were a paved work of a sapphire stone, and as it were the body of heaven in his clearness. And upon the nobles of the children of Israel he laid not his hand. Also they saw God, and deep.
For God is supposed to be here in these times. He went on his throne, and he has an angel son. And the name Moses, by definition, means son.
Ethiopia has some absolutely amazing churches that I wish more people in the world knew about. And the reason why these churches are so amazing was not because they were built, but because they were carved. They are the largest monolithic churches in the entire world, with each one having been carved directly out of the rock in the medieval ages. You see, after Islamic forces reconquered Jerusalem in the 12th century, King Lalibela over here wanted to create a new Jerusalem, which he did so in what is today Ethiopia.
Hello. Might as well. He knows there's a God.
You don't care about the rainbow. You don't care about the noise of the birds singing. You don't care about the suffering of the dogs in the streets.
You notice people telling you to worship their ancestors. So I would ask them, can your ancestor make a seed? Or make a fruit? Hello.
You don't care about the smell of freshness. You don't care about how sweet and a mango is. A mango is not just a mango.
If God grew up the good and the bad together, how do you know that all your ancestors was good? Hello.
Mango is like telling me when I have a mango, like I am loved by somebody.
God is love, for God is a maker of the seeds. Therefore, he can get a mango. You know what I'm saying? And watch who you follow.
Until the philosophy which holds one race superior and the other inferior is finally and permanently discredited and
Ja gets haircuts. Marley didn't. Hello.
abandoned. Everywhere is war. Ziggy, I hear your father sing that, you know. Remember, Emperor Haile Selassie said that in a speech to the League of Nations, you know. And you turn round and support the Israeli Defense Force, the people who have bombed hospital and kill picnic and kill woman and kill people who they in a shelter, refugee, a bomb tent. Ziggy, the father must roll in a grave for this man.
Ja guide. Watch who you follow. Know that God is one. God is love.
Lion defeated Vatican and the chosen from who betrayed.